I start without video, and I tell you why. Tomorrow is the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. And we are used to reserve in any conference a seat. It's a tangible gesture dedicated to all women victims of violence. Each of those women used to take a seat on a tram, on a school, in the society, before a man decided to put end of their lives. So that's why we do that. So let's begin now. Thank you very much indeed for inviting me here. I will share my screen, talking about something easier, let's say, than what I said so far. Who am I? As you said, I'm a computer scientist. Nobody's perfect. And that's my, you know, and that's what I'm working on. So you said already, my keywords are there. By the way, I was Rome City Councilor deputy for all the information tags you said already. And this is another story. So during the quarantine, I was really busy just because I was a computer scientist. Everybody was calling me saying, what should I do? And that's why we're here today. We are in a difficult time, and we must look further to understand how this can become an opportunity to change planning right now, future developments. We would agree with Douglas Adams saying that technology is stuff that doesn't work yet. But I would say, yeah, it's useful, and we will show how we can use technologies for a better life. Technologies create a new ecosystems, new lifestyles. We saw it during the pandemic. They are not good, they are not bad, not neutral, but they require competencies, strictness, ethics, and discipline. We should work on that. We do not adapt technology to processes, but redefining processes, change roles, people, work environment, as we said during the home working, listen for the mutual trust, working together, and be early adopter. We can do it, I'm sure. So this is just a figure showing how can we work, continuing this feedback, planning, building, integration, deploy, operate, and then continuous feedback. And I give you a present from Douglas Adams again, the 3 points of the nature of technological adoption. First, anything that is in the world where you're born is normal, ordinary, is just a natural part of the way the world works. See, this young girl is using a smartphone as a normal thing. That's normal. Say they're born in this era. Anything that's invented between when you are 15 and 35 is a new, exciting, revolutionary, and you can probably get a career in it. Think about those guys. So Steve Jobs and Facebook man. Of course, they had internet, they had technologies already ready for them, and they invented on that their future, the future of us also. So it can be exciting and revolutionary. And pay attention to that. Anything invented after you are 35 is against the natural order of things. And only after being in circulation for at least 10 years, it can be considered quite normal. I saw it with my father-in-law. He was 80 and he didn't use the smartphone. When he was 90, he was using it. So 10 years it took for him to get used to new technology. We should think about that. We should be, before saying that is something against the natural order of things, just think about that. So 10 years, maybe less. I hope it can be less, but depends on us, depends only on us. And I will talk about openness. That's my main idea on the future. So what can be done? There are some, here you can find some keywords. Digital transformation. Don't forget usability and accessibility, because the digital should be for everybody. And normally you see a website which is not exactly usable, rarely accessible for people with disability. So we should think about that, because the digital inclusiveness is also through technologies. Open data, we already listen from Kristen the idea of open data, of open source, but we will talk about that later. Simplification and regulation of services. At least in Italy, we have so many rules, so many ancient rules. So municipalities, for instance, they're born in the Middle Age, and the rules were reasonable at that time. They are not anymore now. We should simplify and make some new regulation of services. And open government declinated in participation, openness, communication, collaboration, accountability. We should give goals which must be measurable. I wouldn't say that I will give you happiness. I cannot measure it. So I should be accountable, giving my goals to citizens when I'm a politician. Infrastructure, of course, connectivity, broadband, whatever, but also private-public partnership is a great opportunity to make a new step in the future. And yeah, we saw something about agile job, let's say also agile life, agile relationship. We should turn problems into opportunity. We should think now, new rules, training, tools for smart, agile working, overcoming the infrastructural digital divide, but it's not just infrastructural. The digital divide is also sociological, economical, cultural, gender digital divide. Working on open data, open source, open innovation, let's say open mind. Einstein said that minds are like parachutes. They work best when open. So let's try begin from ourselves to open our minds. Innovation, new vision, not just new technologies, new vision. And this is a perfect image of what I mean by vision and change, now or never. Without vision, we get confusion. We'll see. We need vision, skills, incentives, resources. Of course, without resources, we get frustration. An action plan should be, of course, essential for being able, starting from vision to getting change, now or never. And I'll tell you some common mistakes I saw in my life working together with public administration. The first one is not invented here syndrome. It's unbelievable. When a new boss coming, both from the technical point of view, a politician is the same. They just put away everything they find on the table. On the table, there is maybe something wrong because the previous one did it, but probably you find also something good. So I prefer saying that I proudly found it elsewhere. He did it before me, is great. Why don't do it again? And starting from there, they did something nice, great, good, at least before me. And I have to use it, even if it is not invented here. And this is another common mistake. We always acted like this. And you probably know this, this story, the scorpion and the frog. Yeah, we don't have to say that. We did it always in this way. Okay, probably it was wrong. Probably it was right. It was right. Okay, let's think about that. It is right to do that or not? Even if we did it in the last 100 years, maybe we should change it, maybe. Just think about that. Working in silos. This is another impossible way to work. In any single place, in university, as in industry, in public administration, we should work together and not working in silos. The finger and the moon, we know what I mean. Too many times we see. that we use in the right, we look in the wrong direction, let's say. Another one is that the users are, the citizens are considered as mere faceless objects for who the systems are designed. So you design a new system, you cannot avoid to know who will be your user, the citizen using your services. So that's the point. Another common mistake that we do not are used to co-design. You see there the user experience is not very nice from this guy walking on the grass, but it's what they need. So the designer did it in the way and the user experience in another one. So why don't we co-design a service? Because the citizen, the users, they will help us in avoiding some mistake. So we need a smart and inclusive development by design. Our towns, as we said, they're not smart by design, they're dumb by design, as we see every day in a big city. Another common mistake is that many times experts fail because the expert in the past version of the word. We should think about that. And this is especially true for Italy. I don't know in other country, but that was said Tacitus 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, he said, in the most corrupt state, there are too many laws. It is exactly what we have to work on, to reinvent our norms, our laws. And we don't have to forget this. The President Obama in 2009 said, "My administration is committed to creating an unprecedented level of openness in government." Openness means transparency, public participation, and collaboration. That's what I'm quite sure we should work on. But I would say that we are lucky now because we are at the crossroad. We have accessible technologies, almost for everybody, with unifying characteristic, potentially universal, easy distributable, and centered on present, most important raw material, which is the information. So we are now at this crossroad. We should take the right street in the right direction. Yeah, I love acronyms. Probably somebody knows, but okay, let's say I would be skeptics on that, but we should work on stakeholders, communities, ecosystem, participation. Technologies should be an opportunity to work on that, innovation, collaboration, and smart cities for all. And that's the opportunity, I say. We are in an ecotone. This is a great opportunity. What an ecotone is a zone between two major ecological communities. Let's say the sea, so water, the sand, the beach, and the mountains. Those are two different ecosystems. In one side, you find fish, in the other one, human or animal, other kind of animals. But so it contains species in different, in the middle. The ecotone are both fishes, let's say, I would say animals, but not only that, any kind of species with high biodiversity. And why should we work on that? Because we are now in the middle between beach and seaside, and we should think outside the box just to be able to innovate. Another acronym, vision, view from different perspective. We will talk about that again. Involve people, any kind of people who should be involved bottom up in the community to work together, to choose together our future, our vision, share knowledge, ideas, software, data. Christoph talk about reuse, also open data. Imagine, no constraint of thinking, open mind. organize ourselves first, of course, and navigate, drive your collaborator. That's a kind of suggestion. User is unique. I'm me and another citizen at the same time, the same town probably has different perspective, different goals, different needs. So any user should be seen as a unique person, sensible, engageable. We should engage users and reactive. Albeit, of course, some attention. Engagement is a value and create value. Technologies, even if they are not always the solutions. Sometimes they are not. Participation through technologies, of course, but often reproduce the dynamic already existing in the relationship. So pay attention to that. And awareness, citizens' rights and duties from the politician's point of view. We should put on the table new questions in order to have new answers. Without awareness of new dynamics, we risk to govern new processes as a quantitative extension of the old one. And it is not useful. The services must be redesigned by people having the consciousness, the awareness of the new question and new answer. We need a deal and teamwork. You know probably about the triple helix. So we should involve all the stakeholders, administration, enterprises, companies, universities, schools, research centers, and also NGOs, social and cultural associations. And another acronym is on deal: democracy, empowerment, accessibility, and literacy, which is essential to be able to use technologies. So what can we do? In summary, we need sustainability and resilience. You all already talked about that. Openness and transparency, participation and collaboration, connectivity and creativity. So why Open ABC? Open source, sharing code. Sharing is the keyword. Sharing code, sharing data, open data, but also information. You probably know about FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act. Open innovation, sharing experience. And sharing. I don't have to tell you what cultural and creative industry means. You know much better than me. But I can tell you that sharing of data, software, even projects, it's for sure the basis of the growth and development of the community. Industrial transition. In the paradigm of the manufacturing of the future, thanks to innovative digital technologies, companies will be capable of greater interconnection and collaboration within their resources. And this, I'm sure, will drastically change their efficiency and competitiveness, the co-opetition, let's say. So I said sharing. Why collaborate? Think about this prism. We should work together because I see of this prism, I see some faces. You are on the other side and you see some other. The people on my left will see some other face and on my right some other. If we work together, if we look at the prism from the different point of view, we will be able to see all the problem, all the faces of this prism, and we will together find a better solution. That's the only way, in my opinion. I said it already. And then another way to play with words, not interdental floss, but intermental floss, because we open our mind in having free software. And when I'm talking about free software, open source, people is talking about total cost of ownership. Yes, okay, I understand. But we could add an S before, a social total cost of ownership, a sustainable total cost of ownership, a simple total cost of ownership. In the long history of mankind, those who have learned to collaborate have prevailed. Darwin said that, not me. Sharing. What do we lose? What we will gain in sharing? Sharing multiplies. This is a joke, of course, but it's true. multiplies knowledge, as we see so far. So let us not look back in anger. Is not useful. No forward in fear. We will be too static. We will not be able to go forward, but around in awareness, we will be able to do much better than that. And talking about knowledge sharing, all my slides, of course, are under the Creative Commons license by SA, so attribution, share alike, so you can do whatever you want on this slide, just share alike and attribution to me. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Before the questions, I'd like very much to do a personal statement about what you said, because in this moment it's important publicly to state my solidarity about what you said about the violence against women. So I want to join my voice with yours, because I think this is a shame in the world what we are trying to forget or trying to look at the other side. So I like very much to state with you the same thing about this. So I like very much to do so publicly. It's important to do so. So thank you very much to remember us that in such a conference, a meeting like this one. So thank you very much. So
thank you.
If there is some questions, I will be very happy to, because I have one.
Yes.
So I have one. It's very common to say the sentence, think out the box. But in fact, what I see in my life, and I have some years, and I used to say some kilometers in my legs, when I see someone thinking out of the box, people don't like it. And even in our environment of free thinking in the middle of the research and so on, thinking out the box is still a very difficult action to be accepted by the others. Don't you think so?
Yes, I agree totally. And I invented an hashtag about that, because I'm really strongly convinced that we should do that. And I'm talking about myself as a why notter against the yes butter people. Saying people who say yes but, oh gee, we will never go on that. Don't say yes but. You say why not? Let's try to do that. If you don't even try, you will never succeed. At least try. At least try. Of course, you will, you know, what American people say, trial and error. Think about a young boy, 10, 12 months old, is trying to stand up, go down. He will never stop. He will try again to stand up, and he will go down. And then maybe one step, maybe two, and then plus again. So they learn to live, to walk, to go on bicycle, trialing and error. That's it. As the answer to people saying that, yes, but my answer is always, why not? Let's try. So I'm a why notter and not a yes butter. That's it.
Thank you. The public has a question for you. And the question is, could promote for you, creativity could promote technology's affordability?
Yes, of course, because technologies are just a mean. It's an instrument. It's not a goal. It's an instrument to do something. So if you learn to use it, you can use it in your way. As a Bill Gates did it, or Steve Jobs did it in different ways, but using technologies with their creativity could do something different. I can make a great software and for helping people in agriculture, and you can do it in helping people in culture. As I've heard about the culture heritage. How can you do that without technologies saving your information? at least one database somewhere where you put your cultural heritage. And creativity is just, well, technology is an instrument for going in this direction. I don't know whether I'd answer to that.
Thank you. Okay, I think we have 1 minute more because I have another question. So I'm so sorry because I have a lot of questions. So.
It's okay.
But look, when you present a table where creativity was there, and this table with false start and so on, you remember at the beginning of your presentation?
No, but
there was the interesting part is there was no room for inspiring moments.
I do not understand. Sorry.
When you present a table where there was the false start, the different it is about the vision at the beginning of your presentation.
Oh yes, the vision. Yes, yeah. Yes.
There is no, because it means the vision, because I still remember that Newton was, well, I know this is a story, but this is a very good example of what this one. Exactly, this one. The vision, skills, incentive, resources, action plan.
Yeah.
There is no room for the inspiring moments?
Yeah, you're right. Well, think about that. This is made it exactly 21 years ago. You see the sentence there is a no one. You're right. We should put it. Why don't we add it together there? Creativity is a great idea. Thank you. Right.
Okay. Ms. Marzano, thank you very much
for
your presentation.